One you know. The wait is over. 98.5 Speed FM.
Catch us if you can.
Stay here with you. You are a rain, sun. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. You are my favorite song. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. Seasons change, but you're the same. Your love is constant. You've never lost it. Your voice is calling out my name. It makes me miss you, even when I'm with you. Oh, nobody wants to go it alone, and I just wanna stay here with you.
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is Speedy Post on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show today. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. And Speedy Post is that space where we bring you social media moments. We take things from social media, things that sparked conversations and reactions from different people, and then bring them here, share the stories, and also get to hear your opinions on the story. Now, today, we are going to be talking about something that, did not actually happen recently, but then a post where someone says, someone said, well, you have no business bringing a child into this world if you are poor. If you're not financially stable, then you have no business bringing a child into this world. And I'm sure this is not the first time you must have heard this, because this is something that people have argued on and on about. And some people would say, well, children are gifts from God, and there is no perfect time, or you don't need any perfect time where you have money or where you're financially stable before you actually bring a child to the world. So like I said, this post, the lady said, well, you have no business. She thinks that bringing a child into the world without being financially stable, or when you're still poor, is like punishment to that child. Listen carefully, and when I'm done with the story, that's when you can call in and share your opinion. And she said, if you're bringing a child into this world and then you're not financially stable, that's you don't have money, then you're just being wicked and bringing that child into the world just to come and suffer. Because how are you going to take care of them? Or do you want them to experience the hardships that you are also experiencing? Now, when she made this post, a video, there were some people who were saying that it shouldn't be like that. When did it become a case of, okay, you have to have money first, you have to be rich before you actually have to bear children? Time doesn't wait for anyone, and you just bear children and the money will come. And hopefully, because if you say the money will come, that's like hopefully. And then some people agreed. In fact, most people I saw on that, they actually agreed and said, well, it takes a lot of intelligence for people to actually get that. Yes, you actually have to be financially stable before you start bearing children, because if you're bearing children when you're struggling, then you're just bearing those children to come and suffer or struggle with you, and you're struggling to feed yourself and you're also struggling to take care of a child. People made points like, well, sometimes you bring those children into the world and then they become subject for mockery. People start mocking them because of things that they cannot afford. So we have brought this story now to your table as well. It's now time to get your own opinion as well. Do you think that people should refrain from actually bearing children, having children, birthing children, until they have money, until they are financially stable before they can actually start having children? What do you think? Let's hear your opinion on our topic of discussion this afternoon. Must people be rich or must people be financially stable before they start bearing children? Number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. Call in and let us hear your opinion on our topic of discussion this afternoon. Some people were saying that as long as you are poor, you have no right whatsoever to be bringing children into this world to suffer. Hello? Please step away from your radio set or turn down the volume. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
You are speaking with Mr. Tavishima.
Okay.
I'm calling from the headquarters, Makudi.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Tavishima. Let's hear you.
Yes, depends.
Okay.
One must not be rich or stable before you'll be able to, bring raise children to the last extent. Because you may be getting of age.
Okay.
And you don't really have enough money. But because you are no longer young, or maybe you are 45, thereabout, and you don't have a wife. At that age, as long as you have money to take care of your basic needs, you can get married and settle down. As your children won't cry of hungry, there is no food in the house, and they can also go to some schools that you can afford. It must not be expensive, schools where they can go.
Okay.
But if you are young, you still have enough time, to hustle and make money.
Okay.
But if I get enough age, you won't be able to, say you won't be able to say you will wait until you make money. You may grow old.
Okay.
So I also want to say that there are some of our parents that they were able to raise their children. And today, some of them are ruling us. So people should deviate from that mentality.
Okay.
They are not poor. Some of them they are saying it, and their parents were not rich. How were they able to get where they is today? But sometimes because they go to farm, at the end of the day they will go and see their farm produce and to the market and pay their school fees and all of that. Not that they were rich. So you must not be rich before you can bring children into this world.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So they actually do it for you too. If you can be able to have enough money, it's good.
All
Yes.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tavishima, for calling in to be part of the show. Tabishima says, well, it depends because time waits for no one. Like some people were also saying in the comments that, well, if you're getting old and you keep waiting until you have that money, sometimes life can be funny and that money will not come to you immediately. So you cannot wait until the time passes where you no longer have the physical strength to actually have children and then even raise them before just because you're waiting for that money. And he is also saying that some of our parents that raised us, well, it's not like all of them were rich. So right now we should deviate from that mentality of, okay, if you are poor then you should have no children or you should not be bearing children. I mean, some of the comments, and one of the comments said, well, a poor man has no business bringing children into this world. Imagine someone who is feeding from hand to mouth. You know what it is when they say from hand to mouth? It's having a pregnant wife and then other children as well, and that is just increasing the number of children that are suffering and then just bringing pain to innocent children. So let us hear your opinion today, because some people were agreeing, yes, it should be that way. Poor people should not be having children until they have that money. And then some people were saying, well, children should not be about money. You have them because you want to have children, and then you do everything in your capability to raise them up. So let us hear your opinion this afternoon. Should people who are not financially stable not bear children? Should people who are poor or who don't have money, who aren't rich yet, not bear children until when they are financially stable? Number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. If you have just joined us, this is Speedy Post on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. And today's story, well, we're talking about a story that came out some time ago where a lady said that, well, if you're poor or if you're not financially stable, you have no business bearing children. You have no business bringing children to this world. Hello? Yes, good afternoon. Okay, you can still call us back because that one's network was bad. Number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. We are talking about the post where someone says, where if you are poor, if you're not financially stable, then you have no business bringing kids into this world because you're just bringing them to suffer with you, and then they don't deserve to go through that. And some people were agreeing, yes, it's the fact, because if you bring children into this world and then you're not financially stable, you're just depriving them from that good life and then bringing them to become subjects of mockery, and they just go through your whole suffering with you. And then some people are saying, well, children are a thing of joy and it shouldn't matter even if you're suffering, even if you're not rich, then it doesn't matter. There's no time at all that is perfect for you to actually bring children into the world. And just like Mr. Tavish mentioned earlier, some people were saying, well, time waits for no one, because if your money is going to meet you at age 69, or that's when you're going to get rich, then would you wait until then before you start bearing children? Number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. Call in and let us hear your opinion on our topic of discussion this afternoon on Speedy Post. And I'm with you on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. And also, some persons actually mentioned things like even illnesses. You know, talking about this same post, some people were saying that yes, and someone mentioned even people with illnesses, okay, that can actually scar kids for life, or can actually mess with a child's well-being, that you know that can actually be transferred to that child. Then bringing children in poverty or with certain kind, you know that you have some kind of illnesses, and someone mentioned like some of those illnesses that you know that would likely be passed down to a child, then you still go ahead and bear children, and then making them to come to the world to actually suffer right? So let us hear your opinion on this issue of, okay, bearing children when you're not yet financially stable. Because on the other hand, well, it's actually true that time waits for no one, right? But then at the same time, the children will come and suffer, right? Where you give birth to them, they are going to come and suffer because, okay, you might not have enough to actually cater for them, to actually take care of them. So which would you say is the safest, or what do you agree with? Let us hear your opinion. Let us hear how you see it. Let us hear how you think. Number for you to call is 090 3648 5868. That is 090 3648 5868. Should people not bear children if they are financially unstable? Should people stop and not bear children until they are financially stable? Hello? Please move away from your radio set or turn down the volume. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Engineer Mohammed. I'm
Welcome
calling
to
from
the show.
Lower Benue River Basin.
All right. Welcome to the show, Engineer Mohammed.
It's okay. I hope I will have your time.
Yes, go on.
You see, this life we are living in it and dying, prosperity or poverty, it never lies in the hand of anybody except God Himself.
Okay.
That is what we call destiny. In fact, you just rightly said it. Somebody might be destined to be rich at 64.
Okay.
So what happens? So he mustn't got married until he's 64 years of age or what? Okay, let me use myself as a case study.
Okay.
I think that would sound better. I got married when I was a male classroom teacher. And my salary was just 5,000 naira. In fact, there was a girl I wanted marrying that refused marrying me because my salary was 5,000 naira. How can I take care of her?
Okay.
But the one that got married to me believed that I will make it in life, and she got married to me. And with 5,000 naira, we gave birth to our kids and we live comfortably. Now the story is different. So in life, you are only proposing. The actual proposer is God Himself. You might walk from heaven and earth and you will die, you will still die poor. That is one. Now, on the issue of transferring sickness or illness to anybody, now in this modern era, please give that lecture. I mean, educate people. Not even HIV is transferred to anybody, so that shouldn't be a case of discussion completely. The case of what we should be talking about is what you earn. Let me tell you, if I should earn 2,000 naira a day in this era, and a girl believe I can make it, it's okay for me and I have to get married.
Okay.
The world will not be balanced until we have rich, poor, healthy, and sick. That is how God designed it. So I think is when you get somebody who loves you, whether you are making it or not, as long as you are determined, you're not that idle mind seated doing nothing. It's not what we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that is my own point.
All right. Thank you so much, Engineer Mohammed, for calling in to be part of the show this afternoon. Well, we just heard him, and he is saying that it's not in our hands to actually determine when you're going to be rich, when you're going to have anything. So in life, you just come here, and he said, well, you don't have the entire plan, right? It's God who decides, okay, what is going to happen. You're just trying to find a path and then trying each path, okay, whichever one is going to work for you. And then he also spoke about, okay, some of the comments which said that these two things of when you know that you have some certain kind of deformity and then giving birth to children that might, have potential of coming out with that same deformity. All of these things are things that we do not decide, or we do not try to control. You just live life and then try to work hard to actually take care of your family and let the other things happen, because no matter how much you try to control it, then it will still happen the way that it was designed to happen by God. So let us also hear your opinion, because some persons say that in this age where it's time enough for people to start thinking by themselves. It's past time where people used to say, well, whatever is supposed to happen should just happen, or it's not in our hand, because people actually decide that they want to have kids, right? They decide that I want to have children. So why decide to have children when you know that, okay, you're not yet financially stable? That's some people's arguments. And then on the other hand, just like we heard from the engineer just now, he said, well, it is not in our place to be saying, okay, I will wait until I have that money, because you don't know when you are going to have it. And you can decide to have children today, and who knows it, just like that, it will happen for you the next day. You're someone with money, so there is no time to be waiting. And he also mentioned that just like I said earlier, it's possible that you only get your riches, or you only become financially stable maybe at 64. I mean, there's no bound age, but like, you know that, okay, when someone mentions 64, I know we have that picture in our heads what we are expecting. So let us also hear your opinion. If you have just joined us, this is Speedy Post on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, and Speedy Post is where we bring you social media moments. We take a story from social media, share it with you, and also get to hear your opinion on the subject matter. Now today, we are talking about bearing children when you're on financially unstable. Hello. Okay, you can still call us back. Number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Tefa. Tefa Igo. Calling from Judges Quarters, Makodi.
Welcome to the show, Tefa.
I like the topic and I want to comment on it.
Okay.
I will use myself as a case study
Okay.
on that topic, and then you will clarify in between and you know the direction I'm going to first.
Okay.
I was the age of 43. I was still waiting for that time, that money that will come so that I will marry.
Okay.
I sat myself and the voice talked to me that there are various categories of people in the society and everyone is useful. I see people who are laborers mixing sand for those masons who are building by direction of the engineer and the architect. I saw the arrangement of this kind of people, and I know that everybody is important. If everyone is rich, nobody will build a house for that rich man.
Okay.
Yes, nobody will mix cement for that rich man. So I decided myself that, okay, let me marry now. I found a lady. I tell the lady that this is who I am. I have nothing. There is no foundation until she came in that we will build the foundation and we move together. She accepted.
Okay.
As long as she accepted, I begin to start making preparations to get married. And now we are happily married. She is now one of those primary school teachers employed by our governor, High Area.
Yes.
So we have a kid and we are looking for the second one too. So what that person say that if you don't have anything, there's no need for you to start building a family. It's wrong.
Okay.
Everything is God. Everything is in the hand of God. Every arrangement. So that is my contribution.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in to be part of the show. Now, we just heard someone. I like how people are using this and using themselves as example. He says, well, in his own case, something like that where he had to make that decision and say, okay, well, in this life, there are going to be rich people, there are going to be people that are poor. However, everyone can keep trying at their own end. And then he looked at life that way and he says, there is no need to keep waiting until he has that money and he's maybe very rich before he goes ahead, settle down and start having kids. And he met someone, okay, that had the same view with him. And then he ended up getting married and they are looking forward to having their second child now. And now things are better than those days. So imagine waiting until now, okay, when the money comes, then that is when you're going to start having those kids. Then would you wait until now? Or if the money is even going to be delayed for maybe the next 10 years, then would you keep waiting until those 10 years? Now, some people, even back then, this kind of these contributions I'm getting from here, I saw in those comments where some people were saying, even if it would take 1 million years for me to have that money, I am waiting. And some people were saying, I can actually get married, but then having kids when we don't have the money, yes, it's a no because I cannot bring a child into this world and then allow them to be managing and my conscience would be clear. So let us keep getting your opinions. This is Speedy Post on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, and Speedy Post, like you know, is where we bring you social media moments, posts from social media, and then get to hear your opinion on the subject matter. And today we are talking about bearing children when you're financially unstable. Someone says you have no business with bearing children if you are poor, if you're financially unstable. So do you agree with that, or do you see things differently? Some people in that comment were saying yes, that is true, and it's just basic knowledge that people should be able to know that, okay, you shouldn't be bringing a child into this world if you're not financially stable, because you're just bringing them to suffer. And others were saying, well, time waits for no one, and you don't even know if you will end up having that money in this life anyway. So why not just have the children first and then keep working hard? So you also can call in to be part of this conversation, and the number for you to call is 090 3648 5868. That is 090 36 485868. Should you avoid bearing children if you're financially unstable? How do you look at it? Do you think that people who haven't made it yet, or people who don't have that money yet, should actually avoid bearing children because, okay, they probably do not have what it takes to give those children the kind of life that maybe is expected, or that kind of comfortable life? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
This is Bello Musa calling from North Bank.
Welcome to the show, Bello Musa.
Thank you.
Okay, let's hear you.
For my own view, I think maybe you are not going to believe. Maybe haven't you say a woman that born a rich man? Maybe by the time you may not be rich, but maybe the son you are going to get may be rich.
Okay.
You are depriving him of coming, or depriving yourself. Many of the children that they are the ones become rich and take care of their parents.
Okay.
So if you can't be rich, maybe your child will be rich. So that is not an excuse. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Bello Musa, for calling in to share that with us. Bello Musa is saying that sometimes the way life turns out, or the way that faith has it, sometimes you're not the one that is rich, but then if you bear those children, one of them might turn out to be rich, but that one self is not guaranteed. Hope we know. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
It's Matthew from Norbank.
Okay. Welcome to the show, Matthew.
Thank you very much. You see, the topic today is just so interesting.
Okay.
As you can see in this world, it must be possible that the poor and the rich. We cannot compare the rich and the poor. Because even the Bible, most those disciples we see.
Hello.
Hello, are you?
Yes, go on. Oh, okay. We cannot hear him anymore. Hello. And maybe you can call us back again. Number for you to call is 090 3648 5868. That is 090-3648-5868. Someone has said on social media, someone has said that if you are poor, if you're financially unstable, then you have no business bringing children into this world. So let's hear your opinion on the subject matter. Let's hear what you have to say. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And let us hear your points for agreeing or disagreeing. Number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. This is Speedy Post on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. So call in and let us hear from you. So our last caller was saying that before this one that got dropped, was saying, if you look at how children are or how faith has it, sometimes it's your child that bring you out of that poverty. So if you keep waiting, then you might miss that chance. And I was saying that, even that sometimes it's not guaranteed. You don't know that. It's just a maybe. So are you considering all of that when you actually think of, okay, I can just bear the children and then maybe they'll be the one to bring this good luck. And that really takes a long time, right? It takes a long time to actually raise a child before maybe they get to that point where they are doing something for themselves, and then they can come back and even save you from the whole maybe poverty or struggles with money that you have been having. So let's also have that in mind, and let's hear your opinion. Someone says, you have no business with bearing children if you are financially unstable. So what do you say? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Some people in the comments were agreeing, yes, that should be the case because it's not a good thing, or it's not fair to actually bear children to come and manage or to come and suffer. And then some persons were saying, time waits for no one, and you should actually be bearing those children and then working hard. Hello? You should actually be bearing those children and then working hard and just taking whatever it takes to actually take care of them. And even on here, we've heard someone say, some of our parents, if only they decided that they must wait until they become rich before they actually bear children, then none of us would actually be here. But then people keep talking about, it has become an age where everyone is scared of, okay, what am I going to eat? Everyone is constantly looking at the future. How am I going to take care of myself? How am I going to sort the bills? And then people are getting wiser. People are thinking differently. But then, do you think that they take it too far sometimes? Like saying that, okay, people who are financially unstable should stop actually bearing children because they're only bringing them to come and suffer the same way that they are? Or do you actually agree with that? Number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. If you're calling quickly, then you're going to catch up with us. And the Speedy Post always comes to your ears every Thursday at 3 p.m. right here on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And today, we have been talking about bearing children when you're financially unstable. And I hope you have enjoyed your time here with us, and I hope that you actually take this to thought so that someone doesn't surprise you with it one day and then you're out there maybe making rushed decision, because if you have it in mind, then when it comes, it's something that you've already encountered. I've been with you on the show today. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. Also coming up next at 3:55 p.m. if today is your birthday, then Speedy Kids are going to be wishing you a happy birthday. And also up next at 4 p.m. the Speed Lane comes on right here on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And until then, keep enjoying music of your life.
Radio is magic. Radio transmits fast.